Rockin' Manooch on Fox Sports 910 on FM at 99.9 HD2.
Hey, everybody, welcome back in. Rockin' Manooch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910, 99.9 FM HD2, also on the iHeartRadio app. And we say good afternoon to Rudy Carpenter. Rudy, before we get into the Cardinals' loss to the Ravens, and then we'll do some ASU and U of A, I want to ask you about the NFL trading deadline. And I'm just picking your brain here a little bit. Would the Vikings make a call to Tennessee for Tannehill after what they saw from Will Levis in yesterday's game?
Well, I don't know. That's a tough question. I know that, it's hard to trade for a player who's hurt. They have a need right now, the Minnesota Vikings do, and I don't know what the health status of Tannehill is. Is he going to be healthy next week? I don't know. But more importantly, I think the real issue is that quarterback it's not a position that you can plug and play. I don't know if Tannehill has ever been in the offensive scheme that Kevin O'Connell coaches, which is why if you look at it, for instance, he's got Nick Mullins. I believe Nick Mullins is on IR, but Nick Mullins was with the Shanahan system where Kevin O'Connell was in San Francisco. So he's been with him before. I just don't know, being totally honest with you, if Tannehill has ever played in that system before and if he understands the verbiage and could spit it out clearly in a short period of time. Usually plays are plays, and NFL teams all run similar concepts and similar protections and run game. But it's just always the verbiage is very different. And again, I just don't know if Tannehill's ever been in that system with that verbiage before.
It's interesting, Rudy, because there was a lot of teams that were trying to get another one of those solid backups. And there was a lot of chatter to a lot of teams around the league. And to your point, a lot of teams were like, hey, no, we need our backup just in case we see an Achilles blown in New York or in Minnesota or whatever. It just goes to show you to that value of that backup quarterback to hopefully come and finish up a season if that guy gets down. So I kind of laugh now and go, nobody would give up their solid backups early on in the year.
Yeah, I think it's interesting. That teams didn't want to give up their backup quarterbacks, especially because just a short while ago, it seemed as if teams didn't care about their backup quarterback because no one wanted to keep three.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like if a team kept three quarterbacks, it was a massive, massive deal. Now, all of a sudden, because the rule changed, everybody's keeping three quarterbacks, right? And I think that it's going to obviously be a big deal now that look how many quarterbacks got hurt, right? You obviously have Aaron Rodgers torn Achilles tendon, Kirk Cousins torn Achilles tendon, Kenny Pickett gets slammed on his head yesterday. He hurts his rib cage. Jimmy Garoppolo's been out, missed time. There's so many people who have been quarterbacks who have been out, missed time, and it just kind of goes to show you how important it is to have quarterbacks on your roster who can play.
Matthew Stafford hurt his thumb yesterday.
Yep, he did.
And we go on and on and on. Well, Rudy, I guess since I'm not available and you may have a couple quarters, they're at the mercy of their backups in Minnesota right now.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think they played, Jaron Hall yesterday.
Yeah.
The BYU kid, and then they have Sean Mannion, the old Oregon State kid that's, on their practice squad who, has played in NFL games before. But again, I mean, look, I just think that the Minnesota Vikings are probably going to look around and try to figure out who's available in the NFL and who they can bring in that makes sense. Again, quarterback's just not a position that you can just bring somebody in and plug and play.
All right, let's go to the Cardinals real quick, and then I want to make sure we have time also for ASU and U of A. Just give me your overall reaction to what you saw yesterday in the Ravens-Cards game. Hello, Rudy.
Am I?
All right, hold on.
You guys got me?
Yep, not with you. Yep, go
Hello?
ahead. Yep,
Sorry.
we got you.
Sorry about that. Yeah. It was just another close game, for a while. And again, I would just go back to say, to me, it's the same thing that it's been, really all year long, which is the Cardinals can keep it close for a while, but at the end, they just don't have the horses.
And to that point also, Rudy, it's interesting to see that that at least they made a run at it in that fourth quarter. And I would call for Trey McBride, who had 10 catches at tight end. Nice to see that young man come alive. But you know what? It's interesting to see Hollywood and Moore and Wilson just still not getting the plays down the field, or I'm not even say home runs, because I think this team is devoid of that. But just amazing how they don't set some things up so they can take that shot down the field, especially with some of the blitz packages that the Ravens were throwing at them.
Yeah, I mean, I thought Trey McBride played great yesterday for the first time. I mean, they really, obviously, Zach Ertz going on IR, they were able to target him. He was able to get the ball. I mean, he was a guy that in college showed the ability to get down the field, stretch the middle of the defense, make those types of plays that we saw him make yesterday. And, look, I think Zach Ertz has, been a fine player. I think he's had too many drops this season. And I think, it's been good to give Trey McBride a chance. I still think, this team lacks the big play, but more importantly, I just think they lack the overall consistent play of being able to get first downs, and then hit a home run ball when you can. One of the things I think is interesting on a different topic is if you watch the Tennessee Titans yesterday, right? Like, they haven't been explosive all year long. You go and sign a guy like DeAndre Hopkins for that reason. And then it's like you got a guy like Will Levis who sat on the sidelines all year and was probably asking himself the question, why aren't we throwing the ball to DeAndre Hopkins? And then he comes in and says, I'm going to throw the ball to DeAndre Hopkins. And he does. And he scores 3 touchdowns. So, again, to me, it's not only how you utilize players and being able to put them in position to be successful, but then, having, a quarterback or making it a priority to throw the ball to a certain player.
Rudy Carpenter is our guest.
So I don't think the Cardinals have that guy is my thing.
Go ahead, Rudy.
I just don't think the Cardinals have that guy. They traded him away in DeAndre Hopkins or got rid of him.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Rudy is our guest on the Wright Toyota guest line. All right, let's move to college then, and we'll start with ASU. Look, you got Scadaboo running for over 100, Brooks scoring touchdowns. Your thoughts on what took place and how Arizona State was able to beat the Washington State Cougars?
Yeah, I think I don't know what the exact number was, but yeah, I mean, look, I think Kenny Dillingham has really said it all year, and I think it's true. I mean, this team has found ways to lose games, and I think it's an interesting dichotomy, right? You have USC, who's been playing these close games, defense not playing well, and you just knew it was going to come back to bite them at some point in time, but they've kind of been winning. Or you have Washington, who has been playing these close games, but they've been winning. And then you have ASU, who's been playing these close games, and they've been losing. And so at some point in time, when you're that team that's losing, usually a win is going to find you. But when you're that team that's been winning close games against inferior talent, a lot of times a loss is going to find you too. And so I think that's an interesting dynamic, obviously, with ASU and teams like Washington, USC. I know those teams play each other this week, so it'll be interesting. But I think before you can win, you have to learn how to win. And I just don't think that's what this team knows right now. They just don't know how to win. And that's obviously that Kenny Dillingham and this coaching staff, that's something that they're trying to instill in this ball club. And it starts with being able to beat teams like Washington State. I mean, I think at one point in time, this Washington State team was ranked. They were playing good football and they've fallen off for a million reasons, but it's still a good win for ASU.
Rudy, it's always good, pal, when you take time with us. Thank you as always. Have a good day.
Good. I'm glad you guys didn't ask me about U of A because I don't care and I didn't watch the game anyway. So right. I have no opinion on them. I guess it was a good win against Oregon State.
Hey, Rudy, we know better.
Yeah, that's why I didn't bring it up. Okay, Rudy, thank you.
All right, guys.
There you go. Rudy Carpenter, always highly entertaining and very informative. And Rudy is brought to you by All City Towing, and they are continuing to grow. They have a fleet of brand new vehicles, and they are hiring. That's right. If you're looking for a new gig and you want to try something different, well, you get a great opportunity with All City Towing. Just go to allcitytowing.com and click on careers. That's allcitytowing.com and click on careers. Now, they have wonderful benefits. They pay well, including a 50% match option on your 401k. You cannot go wrong. If you're looking for something new and you want to invest into a company that will invest back in you, it is allcitytowing.com and search careers. Once again, allcitytowing.com. All right, coming up, the most hated candy is up for your Valley Chevy dealers random of the day, and the NFL trading deadline tomorrow, 1 o'clock. There's already been a big deal done. We'll get into all of that. It's Rockin' Minuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
This is The Odd Couple with Chris Broussard and Rob Parker.
If it is common practice, the coaches don't think it's a big deal that what Michigan is being accused of, then I don't think that gets Michigan off the hook. I think they should still be punished, but I do think it changes the degree of the punishment.
With Chris Broussard and Rob Parker. Today at 4, tell your smart speaker to play Fox for what? 910.
Looking for the perfect destination to perfect your putting? Welcome to Putting World, the ultimate 18-hole indoor putting course designed to delight golf enthusiasts of all levels. Immerse yourself in the art of putting as you navigate our greens. Whether you're a seasoned golfer or a curious beginner, Putting World promises an unforgettable experience for everyone. Swing by today to elevate your golf game to new heights. Visit us at the Scottsdale Promenade or learn more at puttingworld.com.
Tune in Mondays from 1 to 4 as Rockin' Minuch with Jimmy B broadcasts live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is sports fans' paradise. That's the guys live every Monday from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado features a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. It's why they won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant in all 7 Barrio Queen locations. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of Game Day.
Over the years, Lerner Rowe has helped over 150,000 injured people recover billions of dollars for their injuries and over $1 billion in the last 5 years alone. What does that mean to you when you're looking for an attorney to handle your personal injury case? That means that Lerner Rowe is a law firm that not only has experience, but the proven results to recover money for your injuries. The insurance companies know which attorneys won't put up a fight. When you call us, we call them, and they know they have to pay.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
See your Valley Chevy dealers today during Chevy's truck season. Every truck has a story. Make yours a strong one. It's Chevy truck season. See your Valley Chevy dealers today.
Jenny!
Hey, Jenny!
Jenny, come on in! Steve!
Hey, Steve!
Steve, how you doing?
Meg!
Meg, nice to see you! Hey, Meg!
Arena Sports Grill. Come on out for the sports, off-track betting, incredible food, and friendly faces. The best daily specials in Scottsdale. Arena Sports Grill, 62nd Street in Bell. We know you.
Do you have heart failure and often hear?
Those stomach issues ruined your birthday.
You're too tired to play catch, Grandpa?
Sweetie, you haven't touched your tools since the carpal tunnel syndrome diagnosis.
If these seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, talk to your cardiologist. Ask about transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy, or ATTR-CM, a rare and underdiagnosed disease that gets worse over time. Learn more at connecttoyourheart.com. That's connecttoyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Hey y'all, this is Ronte, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A honey pepper pimento chicken sandwich is the pimento cheese. I was like, go cheese, go pimento, go honey, go get it.
Hi, this is Chantrice, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A honey pepper pimento chicken sandwich is the mild spiciness of the pickled jalapenos. No, it's the crispy chicken. Actually, I can't decide. It's the